All right, welcome to Knox Vintage Records Vintage Record Auction 70, video number 2. So video number 1, we showed kind of the miscellaneous stuff, the interesting labels and so forth. Now we're going to go through our crates of more valuable records. Every time that we put together an auction, we lot everything, or actually Jack does, and he puts it on these shelves around here. 10-inch records behind me, cylinders over here on this wall, album sets, 12-inch records, 16-inch recordings down on the bottom under the cylinders. So everything is put into this room in lot number order. However, the more expensive stuff that we have in the auction, basically those things that are roughly $50 minimum bid and higher, go into milk crates, which are set over here on the table, so that there's less of a risk of breaking them here on these shelves. So we're just going to kind of go through these milk crates one at a time and put the records here very quickly, just to give you an idea of what you're bidding on, but we're not going to be spending a lot of time on individual records for the most part. This is the catalog right here. You can pull this up on the internet at 78rpm.com if you don't have a hard copy to follow along with. And anything that you are interested in that you see in this video, you can place a bid on and perhaps add it to your record collection. This auction closes October the 23rd, that's Saturday night. We generally give a few days after that to allow bids to come in, as we are in the process of getting all the bids entered and wrapped up. But anyway, let's get started. We're going to begin with some items out of our ethnic section. This is a Syrian gramophone recording. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I have no idea. Jack, how are we looking on there?
Looks great.
Everything good? Mm-hmm. All right, so that was lot number 1398. We're going to go pretty quickly. We have a section in this catalog of Third Reich recordings. Here is one on the Gloria label. We've got some really, really rare and interesting records. We played a couple of these on the Bitter Request show, so if you're interested, tune into that. That's lot number 1527 on the Telefunken label. Salomea Kruzhenitsky, or Kruzelnica, same name. Lot number 1834. She recorded a couple of sides for in the Columbia Ethnic series of Ukrainian folk songs. A very prominent opera singer, and those are those. Lot number 1835 there, minimum bid $50 on that. This is one of the most interesting records in the catalog. This is lot number 1842. Very few people are aware that Phonotypia actually pressed an 8-inch series. Very, very rare recordings. There are only 2 different issues from the 8-inch series that are known to exist, and this particular number, 9004, there are 2 copies of this that are known to exist. This has the early gold foil Columbia label. Unfortunately, there's a sticker that apparently someone removed at some time that kind of messed it up here on the upper corner. Serial number 120, so that indicates that this very likely was pressed in very few numbers, and in fact it was. That's why very few have turned up. Single-sided record. So this is one of 3 known 8-inch Phonotypias out in the wild today. Minimum bid on that is $2,000, lot number 1842. You saw that the grooves have some wear, but they play pretty well, and we played that record in the Bitter Request show. All right, here is a Battistini G&T, lot number 1870, $100 minimum bid. Lot number 1876. This is another very interesting and rare record. It's in the opera section, based on this side by Bendazzi Garuli. And this is a fairly typical Zonophone label in the X prefix series. But in Brazil, some of these were issued as double-sided records, very, very early 2-sided discs. And so on the flip side of these Brazilian double-faced records, you would have something from of interest in Brazil. So this is a song, Estea Quieto, I suppose, that would be in Portuguese, recorded in Rio de Janeiro. So They're typically orange label on one side and black or light blue label on the other side. All right. There is an early Victor Monarch by Zélie de Lausanne. Lily, lot number 2000, minimum bid $100. Lot 2007, a light blue Zono by Jean Delmas. Lot number 2007, minimum bid $250 on that. Lot number 2011 by David Devrier, an Odeon with a nice stamp here somebody's applied to it. You can see it says Disque Odeon right there on the bottom of the stamp, and same thing on the other side in a little different color. Not sure what that represented, because it says Odeon on that stamp. It leads me to believe that those may have been on the record when it was sold. I really don't know. Lot number 2194, minimum bid $100. G&T recording by Felia Litvin. And the last record out of this particular crate is by Renault. Lot number 2344, 250 minimum bid. This is lot number 2423 by Heinrich Schlussnuss on a nice Polydor label. Minimum bid $50. 2485. This is a disc by Tamaño. We talked, I think, in the last auction video about the serial number tags that appear on these G&T pressings. $150 minimum bid on that. This is a really nice record. A light blue Zonophone by Vermes. All right. Single-sided record. What makes this particularly interesting is the fact that it has the original Zonophone AICC sleeve that goes with it. This is a very rare sleeve. Rare, in fact, than the record with the title and artist listed here on the sleeve. So minimum bid on that is $200. Put that back together after the video. All right. I had mentioned earlier in video number 1 that we had the second Victor Record Society limited edition, and here it is, VRS2, Meilenberg Joys by Tommy Dorsey and his orchestra. So you can see here where Tommy Dorsey personally signed this right there on the label. I've had more than one copy of this, so I was able to compare the signature and verify that that is a real signature. It's not printed on there. That's a $100 minimum bid. A very, very rare issue. And I don't recall seeing a VRS3, Jack. Have you ever seen that?
Can't recall.
All right, so here is the Boswell sisters' very first record, Victor 19639, lot number 4661, minimum bid $100. Here is a small Jackie Coogan 7-inch recording, picture label of his, Cameo record, lot number 4714. Eva Taylor, okay. Lot number 4931, $100 minimum bid. And here's a record that we played in the Bitter Request show by Florence Foster Jenkins on Mellotone, Valse Caressante, written by her accompanist Cosme McMoon, who's playing piano behind her. This is lot number 4978. Minimum bid $75. We played both sides of that on the Bitter Request show. Oh my goodness, Jack, look at that, look at that. Jackson and his Southern Stompers on Marathon, Dusky Stevedore. Minimum bid $250. Lot number 4992 on a 7-inch Marathon. These 7-inch Marathons were advertised as playing as long as a 10-inch record. And we actually have at least half a dozen or more of these in the catalog. So it's kind of a rare label, but I don't know where they all came from. But all of a sudden, we must have run into a large group of them. Okay. Lot number 5012. Aunt Mandy's Chillin'. Adam and Eve in the Garden on a nice 5-tonal label Columbia. Lot number 5012. Minimum bid $50. Lot number 5077. Huff's Quartet. It's got some marker on the label on this side. Very nice clean label on that side. Vocalion 5000 series. Minimum bid $100. And here we have a Reverend McGee Bluebird, Buff Bluebird, lot number 5093 for $50. Jonah in the Belly of a Whale. Lot number 5119, Vocalion by Reverend D.C. Rice and his congregation, $100 minimum bid. Lot number 5119. I mentioned that we have, in the previous video, a number of Edison needle cuts. Here is one of them by Phil Spitalny with the original sleeve. $250 minimum bid on that. Very, very nice condition. Here's the Allen Brothers on a nice Victor scroll, lot number 5177, minimum bid $75. Lot number 5203, Samantha Bumgarner and Eva Davis on a Columbia, minimum bid $100. 5203. New Electrobeam Jeanette, lot number 5245, minimum bid $75 by C.W. Davis, Traveling Coon. 5264, Columbia by Freeman and Ashcraft, lot number 5264, minimum bid $100. 5273 is a Rare Champion recording by Roy Harvey. $50 minimum bid for Called to Foreign Fields. Here's perhaps Mark's favorite record in the entire auction. Lucky for him, he has already got a copy. Doesn't have to bid on this one. This is lot number 5429. Minimum bid $100 by the Stanley Brothers, Little Maggie on a Richer Tone, their first label. Very early bluegrass material. All right, 5549 is a Paramount by Burliana Bank. It says Burliana Blanks. Is that right? I thought it was Banks. Well, whatever it is. Her with Fletcher Henderson, Mason-Dixon Blues, $50 minimum bid on lot 5549. 5551, Lightning Bolt Brunswick, Lucille Bogan, $250 minimum bid on that. 55, this is 5551, this is 5561. Bumblebee Slim, $50 minimum. 5567, Victor Scroll by Cannon's Jug Stompers, Minglewood Blues, $250 minimum bid, B++ condition. 5570, Leroy Carr, Scrapper Blackwell on Vocalion, $100 minimum bid. 5574, Martha Copeland, nice Victor Columbia Vivatonal, $50 minimum. 5580, Brown Wax Paramount, Ida Cox, $100 minimum bid. 5592, Monin Bernice Edwards on Paramount, $50 minimum bid. Jack of All Trades. Jack of All Trades is on the camera this morning. Hello, Jack.
Hello.
Well, Jack, I'll tell you what, man, he has learned a lot of stuff here over the last few years.
Maybe not about Jill, though. I don't know.
5594, Deca Sunburst, $75 minimum bid by Sleepy John Estes. It's kind of a scarce regional label. The Oklahoma Tornado Recording Company out of Westlake, Louisiana. Lot number 5620 with a, boy, I don't know what that is, maybe $150 minimum bid.
I believe that's correct, yeah.
Cleo Harvey's with his Lightning guitar. You know, we played that record on a Bitter Request show 2 or 3 catalogs back, and I don't think his guitar was quite as lightning as they made it out to be. Lot number 5633, $75 minimum bid, Lightning Hopkins, Fast Life on the Harlem label. It's a pretty scarce record. 5647, Melotone, Bessie Jackson, $50. I think Bessie Jackson. Was that Lucille Bogan?
That's correct.
A lot of pseudonyms on these records. This is lot number 5652 in OK. Walter Jacobs, Carter Brothers. Minimum bid $100. 5653, Sadie James. What makes a bow-legged woman crazy about her knock-kneed man? I'm telling you, this is a great record. $200 minimum bid. We played this on the Bidder Request show. It's got a real hidden treat inside that side. And if you listen to the Bidder Request show, you will find out what I'm talking about. Lot number 5660 for $50. Frankie Half Pint Jackson. Mama Don't Allow It on Vocalion. Blind Lemon Jefferson, Chalk House Blues. $150 minimum bid on lot number 5661. 5662. Another Blind Lemon, Stocking Feet Blues. $50 minimum bid, V++. This is one of our early sleeves. I used to buy these gold stock sleeves from Bags Unlimited and have them printed here by a guy locally with our information. That was before we started making our own discophile sleeves like this one. This is lot number 5666, minimum bid $50. Fanny Johnson. There's a Vocalion 1000 series recording, minimum bid $200, 5669 by Lil Johnson. Another by Tampa Red, $100 minimum bid, 5690. Very nice OK recording by Carl Martin, 5702, $250 minimum bid. As you can see, these records are in pretty nice shape. We haven't gotten to the gem quality section yet, though. Here is a Sarah Martin recording with Clarence Williams Blue 5 on OK, $100 minimum bid, lot number 5716. 5722. Viola McCoy, $50 minimum. Look at this very nice dealer tag. Foreign Record Specialist, the home of music in London. So here is a Blues Columbia that was sold in London. How about that? 5725, $200 minimum bid by Earl McDonald's original Louisville Jug Band, V++. You know, some of these minimum bids seem kind of low, don't they, Jack?
Just giving them away, man.
Look at this one.
Somebody's gonna get some
Speaking
deals.
of low minimum bids, here is a lot 5727, a Blind Willie McTell Victor, $38,000 for $500. It grades V, but it plays very well. Let's just see. This is an important record, so let's see the grooves on that. It's still a nice glossy recording, but it has been played. Here's Dark Knight Blues, flip side. Somebody's going to want that, Jack. I don't think that's going to be here in about a month. All right, Memphis Jug Band, Snitchin' Gambler Blues. $150 minimum bid, 5728 in E minus condition. 5727. Memphis Jug Band, Lindbergh Hop, little label scratch here on it, $75 minimum bid. You certainly can't complain about that. Lot number 5733, Memphis Mini Vocalion. $50 minimum bid. V+ condition. 5750, McKinley Morganfield. Who was that, Jack?
That's Muddy Waters.
Muddy Waters, very first record from August 1941 on the Library of Congress label. $250 minimum bid with the original notes that came with that record. Just show that here. There you go. Library of Congress, Music Division, Archive of American Folk Song. That's tells about the recording and gives the lyrics. Very nice. All right, here we have a Columbia, lot number 5757, Washington Phillips, denomination blues, $200 minimum bid. This is a Ma Rainey Paramount recording, 14,000 series. This is the John Steiner Paramount reissues. or not all reissues, some original pressings. 57.67, $50 minimum bid on that. Those, in spite of the fact that they are not original Paramount recordings, do seem to sell very well. People are very much interested in picking those up. A perfect label recording by Walter Rowland, Overall Blues, lot number 5773 for $250 minimum bid. Okay, recording by Sloppy Henry, 5779, $75 minimum bid. We played the flip side of that on our Bid Request show. Lot number 5794, Bessie Smith. We played this one as well. New Orleans Hopscotch Blues, $150 minimum bid from 1930. 5806, Clara Smith, Columbia, $50 minimum bid. Lot 5809, Laura Smith, Texas Moner Blues. Lot number 5809, $200 opener. Canadian Ajax label, lot number 5818 by Susie Smith. Put Me in the Alley Blues, $100 minimum. Brown Wax Paramount, lot number 5824 by Trixie Smith, $150 minimum. 5862. A late 1000 series recording by Tampa Red, Georgia Hound Blues, $50 minimum. Supertone record. Sally Taylor, Seven Men Blues, $50 opener. Lot number 5864. Brunswick Lightning Bolt. Lot 5871, $50 minimum. Lovin' Sam, Doodle It Back. And here we have a Columbia by Too Tight Henry, Charleston contest, $100 minimum bid. Slot number 5875. 5955 is Louis Armstrong, Hot 5 recording in Chicago. Original True Tone label pressing. Lot number 5955, minimum bid $300. Very nice E minus copy of that record. And here's another Chicago Hot 5 recording. $100 minimum bid by Louis Armstrong. 5983 it looks like, by Walter Barnes and his Royal Creolians, $250 minimum. My Kind of Love. That's a great record. I think we may have played that on the Bid Request show. Or maybe we didn't get to it. We wanted to. Lot number 5984, $100 minimum. Another Walter Barnes, Brunswick. This is lot number 6012, Birmingham Serenaders, Papa Di Da Da. $50 minimum bid. Lot number 6012, Sunburst Decca. Here's Cook and his Dreamland Orchestra, High Fever, $50 minimum bid. Lot number 6068. Lot number 6081, Charlie Davenport Champion, $100 minimum bid. Atlanta Rag. This is the Decca Champion label. This is after the rights to that label were sold to the Decca Company, and they reissued some of those. Lot number 6083 for $500. This is Funny Fumble by Harry Dial and his Bluesicians. We played that on the Bid Request show as well. Lot number 6062 is a Duke Ellington Red Jeanette. 6122, minimum bid $250. Here is another Ellington Red Jeanette. 6123, also $250 minimum bid. I'm Just Wild About Animal Crackers. It's a great 1920s topical tune. It's Duke Ellington Vocalion. Red Hot Band, lot number 6145, $250 minimum bid. 5 Rhythm Kings. On a Victor Scroll, 23269, 6154 is a lot number, $75 minimum bid. E minus condition. Only 3,500 copies of that record were sold. Gene Coldcat, proud of a baby like you. That is one of the very rare Bix items. $75 minimum bid, lot number 6178. You got that record, Jack?
I am fortunate enough to have one of those.
That's good. That's a tough one. 6212, $50 minimum bid. The Happy Harmonists. Cruel Woman. OK Electric, Harlem Foot Warmers, Sweet Chariot, $250 minimum, $62.15. Small OK Electric, Black Label. Another Harlem Foot Warmers, $100 minimum bid, $62.16. Old Man Blues. Fletcher Henderson, Columbia, 6231, $50 minimum. Another one, Henderson Stomp, 75, 6232. 6236, Fletcher Henderson Emerson. Mama's going to slow you down, $50 minimum bid. And Fletcher on a Pathé Actuel, 6238, $75 minimum. And on a Vocalion, $100 minimum, lot 6244. All right, 6263 is a HMV of the Quintet of the Hot Club of France, $50. Oriental Shuffle. Another Hot Club recording by them on the Swing label, minimum bid $100. The Alex Hyde Jazz Band on Polydor, minimum bid $250, lot 6274. And here's Alex Hyde, New York Jazz Band, Sioux City Sue on the English Renephone label, $50. These, even though it says New York Jazz Band, these were not issued in the United States. You'll only pick them up on those labels. Here's the Jazz Harmonizers on Claxtonola. Oh baby, $62.82, $500 minimum bid for that. And another one, Susie, $250 minimum bid for that one. Lot 6283. The difference in those minimum bids has to do with the condition of the records. Here's Boy in the Boat by Charlie Johnson. $75 minimum bid, lot number 6292. If that had been his recording on Victor Scroll, the minimum bid would have been significantly higher.
That's a those are alternate takes to the Victor Scroll, though, so those are different recordings.
Yes, different recordings.
For what it's worth.
That's right. All right, lot number 6293, $50 minimum bid by Freddie Johnson, Sweet Georgia Brown. This has a 1-inch crack, and therefore it is taped together to this cardboard to protect it. Lonnie Johnson, Blues in G by on the OK Electric label, $100 minimum bid, lot 6296. St. Louis Levy Band, recorded in St. Louis, Soap Suds, $500 minimum. I think we played this on the Bitter Request show. That is lot number 6299, featuring Jelly Roll Morton on that record, right?
That's right.
And here we have Jimmy Joy's St. Anthony Hotel Orchestra. I wanted to play this record, but unfortunately we've played it in a previous show. $100 minimum bid, lot number 6308. On this record, we have Jimmy Maloney plays 2 clarinets at the same time. Quite an accomplishment. Very cool record. All right, lot number 6309 for $50 minimum. The Jungle Band on Brunswick. Okay, True Tone by Jack Links and his Birmingham Society Serenaders, recorded in Atlanta. $50 minimum bid, 6351. 6353, an early Guy Lombardo record, Cotton Picker's Ball. $250 minimum bid. Hot little number right there. 63.69. Joe Wingy Manoni. Is that the way we say it, Jack?
I think it's just Manone.
Manoni. I ask you this every time because I never remember. 63.69 has a $250 minimum bid. 78 quarterly, estimates less than 10 copies. 63.78. $50 minimum bid by Jay McShann. Swingmatism. 63.93. The Missourians, Ozark Mountain Blues. 38,000 series. I don't know what the minimum bid is on that. It doesn't say. All right, New Orleans Boot Blacks. Boot Jacks. Blacks. What is it, Jack?
Boot Blacks.
Boot Blacks. Thank you.
Like shoe polish.
There we go. Oh, yes. Mixed salad. $50 minimum. Lot number 6434. 6438. $100 minimum bid by the New Orleans Rhythm Kings, formerly Friars Society Orchestra. It says on the bottom, $100 minimum. 6469. King Oliver's Jazz Band on a flag label Columbia. $50 minimum. 6472. 6472. King Oliver on a OK pressing. $100 minimum. Riverside Blues. 6514. This is Tony Parenti's New Orleans. $150 minimum bid, Gumbo, which is actually sounding pretty good right about right now. 6515, $250 opener. Anthony Parenti and his famous Melody Boys. We see a very nice little sold by Reed Music Company, Austin, Texas. How about that? 12th Street Blues, $250 minimum bid on that. And 6521, Bird Blows Christmas. $50 minimum bid, live recording. Was going to play this on the Bitter Request show, but we just didn't have time.
That Swingmatism by Jay McShann that we had earlier was one of Charlie Parker's earliest issued recordings that he's on.
Was that was that a Decca? What was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we played that on a show a couple of auctions back. 6532, $100 minimum. Perron's New Orleans Orchestra, Redman Blues. Lot 6564, the quintet with Stephanie Grappelli on the swing label, French label, $50 minimum bid. Oh, this is one of the coolest dealer labels here. 6563, Django Reinhardt. Look at that on the swing label. Look at that. Swing Phonoplaten, R. Ritter from Antwerp, Belgium. Isn't that nice? $50 minimum bid, 6563. Wow. Okay, 6565, another swing label French recording, $50 minimum bid. Django's Music. Lightning Bolt Brunswick, 6571. Banjo Ike Robinson and his Bull Fiddle Band. $200 minimum bid, 78 quarterly, estimates less than 20 copies. 6576. Ross Deluxe Syncopators. $250 minimum bid. Baby Stop Teasing Me. 6585. On Revival Day by Louis Russell. $250 minimum bid. 6603, Ike Smith Chicago Boys. Nice champion, $75 minimum bid, E- condition. Lightning Brunswick, 6604, $100 minimum. Jabbo Smith and his Rhythm Aces, Lena Blues. Victor Scroll, 6611, South Street Trio, Big Four, $50 minimum. Eddie South, Old Man Harlem, $100 minimum. Did we play that on the show?
No, I don't. Well, some Eddie Smith made it on the show, but maybe not that one.
Well, I'll tell you, they're good. 6619 Sunset West Coast label, $250 minimum bid, 78 quarterly, estimates less than 5. The Stompin' Six Creole Blues. And here's another copy of Stompin' Six Creole Blues, also $250 minimum bid. That is in the same condition, and it will sell to the second high bidder. So 2 V plus copies of that record. How often are you going to see that on an obscure California West Coast pressing? Okay, 6630, $250 minimum bid, 78 quarterly, estimates less than 25 copies of Herschel Thomas, recorded in Chicago, Suitcase Blues. 6643, there's Frankie Trumbauer, $75 minimum bid. 6654, an English duophone, minimum bid $50. My Pet by the Wabash Dance Orchestra. Victor Scroll, 6671 by the Washboard Rhythm Kings on a nice 23,000. That's look at 23,403. That's getting right up there. $200 minimum bid, Nobody's Sweetheart. V++ condition. Okay, here we have Chick Webb Savoy Orchestra on a Blue Wax Columbia, $50 minimum bid, lot number 6675. Get Together. There's Broadway, very rare Lawrence Welk issue. $250 minimum bid on that, lot number 6681. Smile, Darn Ya, Smile. We played that on the Bitter Request show. Great record. 6705, Clarence Williams Washboard Band, OK Electric, $100 minimum bid. E-, E-. Mark writes, very clean. 6710, Clarence Williams, $150 minimum bid. And here's a QRS recording and its original collector sleeve. There we go. Lockstep Blues, Annabelle, accompanied by Clarence Williams and his orchestra. So when you see a designation in the catalog that says collector sleeve, that means that it's a sleeve that some collector has artfully put together. Sometimes they're illustrated, or sometimes they'll have a picture on it, artist information, so forth. So when we run across something like this, that's kind of nice. Somebody spent some time there, so we go ahead and leave it there in its original collector sleeve. All right, lot number 6728, Jack Wynn and his Dallas Dandies on Vocalion, $250 minimum bid. 6750 by the Wolverine Orchestra, $250 minimum bid. Tijuana. That actually says 6730. By the way, here's 6731, a Nordisk polyphone by Sam Whitting's band. Nice, attractive label. I think we may have played that, Black Bottom. All right, 6747 is Tampa Red, Buff Bluebird, $250 minimum bid. If I let you get away with it. 6752, the KXYZ Novelty Band. 6752 is a $50 minimum bid. Is that a Dallas station, Jack?
San Antonio.
San Antonio, okay. 6755, Jack Shilkret, Get Rhythm in Your Feet. Minimum bid $50. You may have played that on the show. Ray Miller, My Angeline, $50 minimum for 6803. Jimmy Johnson, 6808, $50 minimum. Oh, this is nice. We may have shown this in a previous auction video. This is Al Jolson, To My Mammy. Lot 6809, $75 minimum bid. $75 minimum bid because it comes with this really nice original Al Jolson sleeve. Look at this. World's Greatest Entertainer. There he is. In blackface. Wow. Put that in your collection before somebody comes along and wants to burn it. Very, very nice. Beautiful condition sleeve. Almost looks like new. Lot number 6820. Boswell Sisters. Don't mean a thing if it ain't on Brunswick. $50 minimum bid. 6833. Reverend Nix and his congregation. The White Flyer to Heaven. E+ condition. You do not find preaching records this obscure 7000 series Lightning Bolt Brunswick in E+ condition. That is a $200 minimum bid on that record. Little preaching, little singing. Here's Frisky Foot Jackson and his Thumpers. Lot 6866. $250 minimum bid, recorded in 1929. This is another one of those Decca label champions, but a very nice and scarce recording. Fletcher Henderson, Jackass Blues. Lot number 6884, 75 minimum. 6897, Charlie Trout's Melody Artist. $75. It's got the nice original sleeve with it. Charleston Chaser, 6918. 75 minimum. Bing Crosby, 6919, $50. Gay Love. Very early Bing Crosby record right there. Charleston Chasers, on a blue label Columbia, $50 minimum. Very nice copy, 6942. Here is a blue wax recording of Ragging to Scale, which we played on the bidder request show, 6953, minimum bid $75 by Benuti, Lang, and the Blue 5. Blue wax Columbia, lot number 6960, $75 minimum bid. Mills Blue Rhythm Band, 6764. Another blue wax Columbia, Ruth Edding. E- condition, minimum bid 100. So we are into our, well into our gym quality record category. So these are all grading basically E- or better. 6967, $50 minimum bid, Ethel Waters. Not a terribly rare record, but it's pretty unusual in that condition. Same thing for this. Here's Someday Sweetheart by Ethel Waters. Again, not a terribly rare record, lot number 6968. But in E condition, it is a $100 minimum bid. Here is lot number 6970, Porter Granger. Not the jazziest tune out there, but it's a very interesting boxing-related record. This is a minimum bid $50. Says He's Gone Home, dedicated to the late Tiger Flowers, world's middleweight boxing champ in 1926. So, lot number 6971, Barbecue Bob. $250 minimum bid, Motherless Child Blues, E condition. 6973, Clara Smith, E- condition. $250 minimum bid. Lot number 6975, $75 minimum bid, Taking the Census. With the whole gang, Clayton McMission, Riley Puckett, Gid Tanner, Low Stokes, and so forth. Yet another Edison needle cut. These things are just popping up all over the catalog. $100 minimum bid with the nice original sleeve. Arcady Birkenholtz. And another by B.A. Rolfe, M.I. Blue. $100 minimum bid, original sleeve. There we go. Lot number 7074 is the original New Orleans Jazz Band. $150 minimum bid. Does that have Jimmy Durante on piano?
Yeah, I believe that's the reason why it's significant.
All right. 7045 Melotone. Lot number, or you said it. Minimum bid $200 by Railroad Bill, M&O Blues. OK Electric, Louis Armstrong is Hot 5, Sunset Cafe Stomp, $250 minimum bid, E- condition. 7056 Sylvester Weaver, Can't Be Trusted Blues, $500 minimum bid, E plus E. Let's look at what an E plus E looks like, just for the heck of it. Yeah. Is that nice or what?
It's pretty nice.
If you buy an E or E plus record from Knox Vintage Records, you will be happy. If you buy an M- record from Knox Vintage Records, you will be just as happy. $250 minimum bid, 7057. Clarence, look at that. That's Clarence Williams and his Diablos del Jazz. This is a Mexican pressing of this particular recording.
An issue intended for Mexican release, anyway.
Correct. Good clarification on that, Jack. Yeah, it wasn't pressed in Mexico, but it was pressed for release down there. $250 minimum bid on that. So that would have come out as a normal U.S. pressing as well. All right. Okay, Dorsey Brothers recording. Lot number 7059, $100 minimum bid. My Melancholy Baby, 7060, Bix Bieterbeck, Wadada. $100 minimum. 7063, Earl Hines, okay. $75 minimum, E condition. 7067, another E condition by Morelli's Bohemians on OK. $50 minimum bid. A little bit more obscure band there. Lot number 7071, Hitting the Bottle by Frankie Trumbauer, $75 minimum bid. 7074, Billy Cotton, I Can't Dance. That's a great record. $50 minimum bid. We've played that on Bitter Request Show some years ago. Charles Butts, Sacred Harp Singers, The Promised Land. You know, I wanted to play this on the Bitter Request Show, and I couldn't find it. I didn't know where to look in the catalog. I couldn't remember who it was. We did play another Sacred Harp record on the show, so we at least got it done. Lot number 7076, $100 minimum bid. 7109, Evelyn Preer, Takes a Good Woman. 75 minimum, M- condition. 7120, E plus, George Long and His Singers. That's the other Sacred Harp record that we had that we did play on the show. Shaped Note Singing, $100 minimum bid. Very nice record. 7120. Second copy of that. Are you kidding me, Jack? 2 E plus copies of George Long and His Singers?
There'll be 2 lucky bidders out there.
Wow. Identical copies, identical condition of a very rare record. Oh, here we have Louis Dumaine's Jazzola 8, Red Onion Drag in a collector sleeve. Personnel, recording date, and so forth. Originally picked it up in 1978. It was graded N- from Exner. And then they bought it in September of 97 from us. We graded it E condition, and it sold for $395. In 1997, we have this listed as $250 minimum bid, and Mark has graded this E-. You know, one could say, well, maybe it just kept getting played, and therefore the grade dropped, and I actually think it's probably just we've tightened up our grading standards. Lot number 7123. This is Douglas Fennell and his Royal Stompers. Lightning Brunswick, $250 minimum bid. Somewhat faded label. It's very common for those Lightning Bolt Brunswicks. Benny Moten, pretty common record actually. 7130, but it's an E- copy, $100 minimum bid. Maybe not a common record, but it turns out.
That is one of the harder Moten Victors to find. But
Yeah. Not nearly as rare as some of the stuff we're going through, though.
No.
All right, this is Gwen Foster, Black Pine Waltz. Lot number 7135, $200 minimum. This has the original dealer sleeve. So here we have the, this is in paste over on top of an earlier one, but here we have the catalog number, December 2nd, 1927, with a description of the record. All right, Laura Smith, Red River Blues, Victor Scroll, lot number 7136, $250 minimum bid, E+. 7139, Thomas Fats Waller, pipe organ solo. Boy, I tell you what, he could wail on the pipe organ. That was a $100 minimum bid there. 7145, another record in its original dealer sleeve. Charlie Johnson's Paradise 10, $300 minimum bid. Did we play that?
We did play that one.
Good record. Bill Hawley and Puss Donahue, Dolores.
Kind of an unfortunate name.
No kidding. Yeah, kind of. Lot number 7151 for $75. 7152. Samku West, Harmony Boys, $50 minimum bid. 7154, $250 minimum bid. Same guys doing Wang Wang Blues, E+ condition. 7165, Memphis Stompers. Not a terribly rare record again, but in E condition, it's a $50 opener. 7176. I really wanted to play this on the show. I don't think we got to it though. Boyd Center and his Centipedes. Really good record.
Yeah, Boyd Center doesn't get enough attention, but you know, we do what we can.
We do what we can. Did we play this? I don't think we did.
I don't think we played it.
If we had, it would have only been the second Boyd Center record we played on the Bitter Request show, which is tragic. M- condition. Let's see what an M- record looks like. Does that look M- to you? It's got
pretty nice.
A little dust on it. Look at that. Oh my goodness. You know, the toughest thing being a record dealer is having to get rid of the stuff. But you can't keep it all. Here's Fred McMurray with George Olson's Orchestra. $50 minimum bid, M-, lot number 7186. 7204. I don't know if that's a jack tag that belongs on this record or not, but Louis Russell, Freakish Blues, $100 opening bid. 7206, McKinney's Cotton Pickers, Just a Shade Corn, $200 minimum bid. 23,000 series recording, lot number 7224. Here is a Chinese Victor. You don't see those every day. Gertrude Lawrence. $50 minimum bid on that in E condition. 7225. Fletcher Henderson Harlem Madness. Victor Scroll. $50 minimum bid, E condition. 7227. Cole Porter. I'm a Gigolo. $150 minimum bid. And lot number 7282, $100 minimum bid. Buku Jack. We got Buku Jack around here, I'm telling you. It's a good thing. I don't know what we'd do without him. You know, one of these days Jack's going to come over here and I'm not going to be here anymore. I wonder what will happen then. McKinney's Cotton Pickers. He'll be selling that stuff. That's what he'll be doing. 7283 for $150 minimum bid. 7285, Jim Jackson, Bye Bye Policeman. We played this on the show. $500 minimum bid. E plus condition. Just a gorgeous record in the 38 500 Victor Series. As is this one, Pace Jubilee Singers, It Pays to Serve Jesus. Lot number 7286, $150 minimum bid, E plus condition. 7287, Victor V-38587 Belts Sacred Quartet, My Lord is on High, $250 opener. 7288, they keep climbing in the series, 38601 Jelly Roll Morton, My Little Dixie Home, $300. How high do they go, Jack? Oh, look at this. In My Merry Oldsmobile by Gene Goldket. No catalog number on this. It says special record on it. For private use only. This was done for the Oldsmobile Corporation, a special pressing. Minimum bid $300. Mark Wright's lovely copy in E condition. Lot number 7293. Very interesting record in that they played In My Merry Oldsmobile as a foxtrot on this side and as a waltz on this side. We played the foxtrot side in the bidder request show. Next time we sell a copy of this, we will play the waltz. And this has Bix, Tommy Dorsey, Frankie Trumbauer. Very rare and desirable record. All right, there we go with a variety recording. $50 minimum bid, $73.24. Lucky Millender with Mills Blue Rhythm Band. Jamming for the jackpot. All right, now that concludes the gem quality section. We are now bumping into our post-war rhythm and blues, rock and roll, pop section. And we're going to begin with an Aladdin label recording by the Balladeers, Forget Me Not, lot number 7338, $250 minimum. Franwell Records by the Ballads, Broke, $50 minimum bid, E plus, 7339. You won't go broke buying that one. The Bees, Getaway Baby, $50 minimum, E minus condition, lot number 7344. Would be a higher minimum if it weren't for that sticker on the label. Jackie Brinston and his Delta Cat, Starvation on the chest label, lot number 7360 for $150. We sold Rocket 88 by him in the last auction, I think. That brought a few hundred shekels. Here's a Parrot label, John Brim, $150 minimum, 7362. Tough Times. J.O.B. Records. J.T. Brown, Boogie Baby, $50 minimum. Rama, the Buccaneers. This is lot number 7374. $500 minimum bid on that. The Stars will remember. Lot number 7375. Southern label. Matthew Child and his Drifters. $100 minimum. VJ 7379. The Capers. Early One Morning. $50 minimum. Atlantic. Lot number 7380 by the Cardinals. $50 minimum. 7386. The Castells. $150 minimum. On the Grand label. Here is 7387. Whirlin' Disc. The Channels. $100 minimum. Another Whirlin' Disc by them, lot number 7389, $50 minimum. 7390, The Chanters on deluxe, $75 minimum. 7398, Blend record label by the Chromatics, $150 minimum. Lot 7414 by the Coronets. On chest, 75. 7427, Eddie Daniels. 100. Whoa, baby. 7430, Bo Diddley by Bo Diddley. $100 minimum bid. We played that recording on our bidder request show. Interesting little story that goes along with that, which we related in the show. So you're going to want to pick up a copy of that if you're not hearing it on Radio Dismuke. Lot number 7449. This is something we intended to play on the show but didn't get around to. Chicken Blues by the Dominoes. On a disc jockey pressing. Lot number 150. Minimum bid 150 in E condition. Downtown recording here. Lot 7451, $100 minimum bid. Mercury Boogie by Casey Douglas Trio. 7455, the Dubs on the Gone label. Going to make a change. $50 minimum. Space label. Here's one for you. Hadn't seen that before. Lot number 7457, $50 by the Dundees. Kicks label, 7459. $200 minimum by the Emeralds. We have a number of nice Suns in this record. Here's one of them. Lot number 7460 for $150 by Billy the Kid Emerson. Another record by him. Lot number 7461, $100 minimum bid. When it rains, it pours. 7475 by the Five Chances. Shake-a-Link. $300 minimum bid. Very nice copy. Drummond. The Five Scalders. Girlfriend. $100 minimum bid. Lot number 7490. 7494. The Five Tinos. $250 minimum bid on that record. Not a terribly great record, but it's kind of scarce. And people do collect those Suns. Here's a Flair record by the Flairs. I'll Never Let You Go. Lot number 7496. $100 minimum bid. And the last record in this crate is by the Flames on the 711 label. Lot number 7497. $100 opener. Lot number 7498 by the Flames on the Spin label. $50 minimum bid. Strangeland Blues. Here's a scarce Muddy Waters for you. Aristocrat. $250 minimum bid. Lot number 7505. Locked Out Boogie. 7506. On the Boulevard label. I thought I said bow-legged. $50 minimum bid. 7506. The Four Arcs. It won't be very long before we're done with this video. Fidelity label by the Four Flames. 7510. $50 minimum bid. 7511 on Gotham. The Four Jacks. $100 minimum bid. Lot number 7512 on the Fortune label. The Four Kings. $50 minimum bid. All right, 7517 on Atlantic. $50 opener. The Four Sharps. Got a Jackson label, Jackson?
I don't, but I know where to find one.
Lot 7522 with a $100 minimum bid would be one way of doing it. Bob Gaddy. 7526 is by the Gems on Drexel. $50 minimum. We have a lot of good and also obscure and or rare and or expensive records in this post-war section because I picked up a huge collection about a month or two ago, and we're going to be seeing a lot of that in auctions coming up. So save your nickels because you're going to need them. 7531 is a $100 minimum bid record by Roscoe Gordon. Shuby Ubi. 7542 CJ Records. $75 minimum bid. She's a upsetter. $75.51 by the Heartbeats on Hull. $50 minimum bid. $75.58 on Hollywood. $75 minimum. The Hollywood Four Flames. $75.59 Modern Hollywood. $50 minimum bid. John L. Hooker. Anybody seen my baby? $75.62 VJ John Lee Hooker. $100 minimum bid on VJ. $75.66 Howlin' Wolf on chess. $150 minimum. $75.67 Howlin' Wolf on RPM. $250 minimum bid. E condition. Very nice record. On the trumpet label, we have $75.68, $100 minimum bid by Luther Huff, Bulldog Blues. $75.82, Elmore James and his Broom Dusters. $100 minimum, No Love in My Heart. $75.83, Meteor, Elmore James, I believe. $50 opener on that, E minus condition. $75.87, Bobo Jenkins. Fortune label, $200 minimum bid. 10 below zero, which is something we don't see here around Houston very often. But this last February was kind of tough. Lot 75.89, the Jets on 7-Eleven. $100 minimum. Volcano. Don Julian and the Metal Larks. Duotone 7598, $50 minimum bid. Flip record 7601, the King Bees. $100 minimum bid. Give me your number. 7602, King Charles and his orchestra on Folk Star record. This is a $100 minimum bid. 7607, Calvert Records by the Kinglets. $50 minimum bid, 6 days a week. 7611, Combo Records, the Cocos. $50 minimum bid. 7613, the Larks, Apollo. $50 minimum bid. JOB 7616, JB Lennar. And his combo, $50 minimum bid. 7631, Sun Records, Little Junior's Blue Flames. $300. Looks like we must have played that one. Yes, we did. Mystery Train. Of course, Elvis recorded Mystery Train for Sun as well. Riviera Records, The Love Notes. $75 minimum bid. Lot 7636. Sweet Lulu. 7645. JVB record out of Detroit. Marcella's Blues by the Marcellas. $50 minimum bid. 7651, Georgia Boy McCain on Ebony. Very rare record, $300 or I guess $500 minimum bid on that one. We played that on the Bitter Request show. Got to check up on my baby. 7659, the Medallions on Duotone. The Telegram, $50 minimum bid. 7677 on Chance, the Moon Glows. $250 minimum bid on that one. Aristocrat with the Nighthawks, lot number 7686, $50 minimum bid. Black Angel Blues. Another Sun recording by Roy Orbison, Ooby Dooby. $100 minimum bid. And here is a Sun by Elvis, Blue Moon of Kentucky. 209, very first record by Elvis. $500 minimum. Lot 7722, E minus condition. That's a that's what we would call an iconic record right there. Would you agree with that?
Oh, of course.
Okay, wake up, Jack.
It's way up there.
Okay, Prisonaires. Lot number 7734, $50 minimum bid on a disc jockey label, Just Walking in the Rain. Another Prisoner's record, I Know, on a standard label, $500. E condition, 7735. Falcon label, 7736. $50 minimum bid by the Prodigals. Judy, 7737. Professor Longhair and his New Orleans Boys, $50 minimum bid. Little tape on the label there. Mardi Gras in New Orleans. Cyclone Records, lot number 7738. $150 minimum, the Quins, Oh Starlight. 7751, Slim Rhodes, Son. $50 minimum bid. MJC label, 7758. $300 minimum by the Rocketeers. They turned the party out down at Bessie's house. It's probably not social distancing or something like that. Parrot label by the Rockettes. $300 minimum for $7,759. Love Nobody. 7760. Vest Records by the Rodans. $75 minimum bid for Time Is Passing. Sun label. Dr. Ross. We've had a couple of Dr. Ross records recently. This is $250 minimum bid. Chicago Breakdown for lot number 7764. Here's a obscure label, Then, by Frankie Lee Sims. $50 minimum bid. Well, goodbye, baby. Some of you guys may have actually seen that in an email we sent out recently, if you haven't been bidding in a while. Vita Records, Effie Smith and the Squires, Guiding Angel on lot number 7782 for $50. 7786 is on the flip label, Smokey Joe, The Signifying Monkey, $100 minimum bid. 7787 Old Town label, The Solitaires, Wonder Why, $50 minimum bid. Old Town label, Solitaires, another issue, $50 minimum bid. 7802, $50 minimum bid for Arlene by the Starlights on combo. 7811 is Jubilee. The Sultans, $75 minimum bid. Don't Be Angry, $100 minimum bid. 7812. Cobra record, Sunnyland Slim, 7813, $100 minimum bid. Very nice condition. It's You Baby. 7815. The Swallows, Good Time Girls. $250 minimum bid on that record. On the After Hours label, Rainbow Records, The Swans, No More. $150 minimum bid in E+ condition. 7819 on the Josie label. The Teardrops, $75 minimum bid. The Stars Are Out Tonight. Who turned out the Stars? Lot number 7821. $250 minimum bid. Rock and Roll by Fatso Theus, or Theus. Don't know how to say that. Hound Dog, doing Bearcat. Lot number 7822, $100 minimum bid. 7833, The Tops on Red Robin, $50 minimum bid. I've Got a Feeling. Oh, look at this. Here we go. JVB recording by Washboard Willie and his Super Suds of Rhythm. Detroit label, lot number 7861, $250 minimum bid. We played this, Cherry Red Blues, on the Bitter Request show. What's special about this record is the fact that, in addition to this record, Cherry Red Blues and Flipside Washboard Shuffle, we have, drum roll please, the stamper for the Cherry Red side. That's right, you know what's coming next. And the stamper for the flip side. We have the two stampers that created that record. Now that is pretty cool. I mean, how often does that happen, right?
If you have a machine that can take a blob of shellac and go clunk, then you could make a record out of that.
You could press them up. Here's what they look like on the back, in case you're wondering. So it's a nickel-plated copper disc. That's the way they usually did stampers.
And they're very heavy.
Very heavy and very scarce. I mean, stampers do not turn up frequently, and especially for something that's really rare like that. So you could bid on this. $250 for the record, $250 for either of the stampers, or you could bid on all three because there is a lot number in the catalog to put in a bid on all three items as one lot for $750. And I'm kind of hoping that's the way they sell. It'd be a shame to break that up. All right, 7866, $100 minimum bid on chess. Disc jockey copy, Muddy Waters, Loving Man, E- condition. Too bad it's got a little tape on the label there, but it is what it is. Gotham, Johnny Williams, Questionnaire Blues, $50 minimum bid. 7875. 7879 is Sonny Boy Williamson on Checker, $50 minimum bid. And 7880 is Sonny Boy Williamson on the later Checker label, $50 minimum bid. And the last record in the crate is The Willows on Club, 7884, $50 minimum bid. This is the end, but not the end of the video, just the end of the crate. Here we are with our last crate of records, crate number 6. This is the oversized stuff, so there's going to be some kind of miscellaneous things in here. But the last lot in the auction for 78s is lot number 7904. Then it jumps into the Edison Diamond Disc. This is a Rhino record set called Jukebox Classics, 25 10-inch records. And this is the original box. This is your original card. And I'm just going to let you, I'm going to leave that here in place for just a moment because some of you guys are going to want to see the artists and song titles because we did not list that in the catalog. Basically, these are vinyl pressings that were made to be played on jukeboxes. They weren't really sold to record collectors. They were sold to jukebox collectors. These were all remastered from the original tapes. These are not dubs from 78 or 45 RPM recordings. So the sound quality is superb. Not only that, but they were remastered in stereo. So these are stereo 78s. So very, very amazing sounding pressings. And really, I wouldn't even want to put these on a jukebox. They are really, really nice. And this particular set is basically unplayed. I mean, they appear unplayed. There is one side of one record that was played to death, and everything else is brand new. So apparently, whoever bought this box set did so to get that one record. Anyway, you can of course pause your screen and go over that, but this is the way they look, and this is the record that we played, the Jukebox Classics, the Chiffons, One Fine Day. We chose this record to play, and it's not the only one like it. There are others, but we chose it because this was never issued on 78. This came out in 1963. So it would only have been available as a 45 or on an LP. So, you know, kind of cool to be able to get something, a really great record, which that is. You know, one that charted on a 78 format, which you wouldn't be able to do otherwise. So very cool. So that set is in the auction. These are not being offered individually since it is a boxed set, but the entire set could be yours if you bid $50 or more, right?
500, I think.
I'm sorry, 500. Yeah, $500 or more. We'll take that home. Okay. Lot number 961 is a test pressing. Just pull this out here of, let's see, Albert Bruni's Halfway House Orchestra, recorded in 1928. This is an unissued take, and I don't know if you can see this here, But
it's an unissued song.
Oh, you're right. It is. Okay, so you
even
have an
better.
unissued take where they might do 2 or 3 or more recordings of a song and pick one to issue, or you can have an unissued matrix where the song itself was not issued, and that is what this is. As Jack pointed out, this is an unissued matrix. So rare record on these Columbia discs. They oftentimes put the information here on the edge, which would have been trimmed off when the actual records were pressed. But on the test pressings, very often you can see this information, which is nice since the labels kind of had some water damage. But we played this on the Bitter Request show. You don't run across too many original shellac tests that were unissued from that time period. All right, this is out of our Greek section. Ha ha ha. Lot number 1562 for a $50 minimum bid. Nice Odeon. Here's another one. The same Greek section. Lot number 1563, $50 minimum bid. Very nice looking label. We have a section in the front of the catalog of vertical recordings. And in this particular catalog, we have a lot of vertical jazz recordings by European jazz bands. This is minimum bid $100, lot number 632. These are kind of hard to see, and I don't know if you're going to be able to pick it up on your screen or not because of the contrast with the print on the brown label background, but this is the Hot Boys Band. Here is another by the Kansas City 5 on Pathé, $50 minimum. This will be a little easier to read. Charleston Baby of Mine, lot number 638, $50 minimum by Nathan Glantz and his orchestra. Lot number 639 by the Sylvester Orchestra, $100 minimum bid. Everybody's doing the Charleston now. I guess they were even in Paris. Lot number 642 for $100 minimum bid. Feelin' No Pain by Lud Gluskin and his Versatile Juniors. Lot number 645, Sam Wooding's Orchestra. We played this on the auction, on the Bitter Request show. Button Up Your Overcoat, $50 minimum bid on that. This is 646, another recording by Sam Wooding for $150 opener, Breakaway. These look like they are 11-inch.
Maybe 11 and a half.
Or 11, yeah, you're right, 11.5-inch Pathés. This is a record that we also played on the show. You can see that it's a test pressing, nothing written here, just the label slug was used. Recorded in 1909. There's not much information on it. It just says I think it says mandolin and guitar. It's kind of hard to tell in this light. But a very well recorded classical guitar piece. Really nice. What did I say that was, Jack?
Malagueña?
Malagueña, yeah.
Yeah. If anyone has any more information about it, we'd love to hear it.
Malagueña was actually composed in the late 1920s. And here it is on a 1909 pressing. It's not really the full Malagueña as we would know it, but the motif of that song or that tune is in this recording, and we really would like to know what that is.
So this is one that we featured in the previous video. So if you haven't seen part 1, if you're jumping into part 2, go back and watch part 1.
Correct. Yeah, we covered our puzzle record section in the video in part 1. This is just a 12-inch straggler that we came up with. This is a 12-inch Russian zonophone puzzle record. That's pretty obscure. You're not going to find that in Goodwill. All right, what else? Oh, this is one that we played on the Bitter Request show. Not a really rare record. I don't even know what the minimum bid on it, maybe $25 or something. But it was kind of cool because here is on the Maloof label, which was a label that would where you'd find Middle Eastern recordings. We have the Sheik of Araby being sung in Arabic. I just thought that was kind of cool, so we played it. Not the hottest record out there, but you know we like to play interesting stuff. Here's one of those records I was talking about earlier out of our Third Reich section. I don't see a date on this, but this is a 12-inch recording by the Musikchor der Leibstandarte des Führers, Adolf Hitler Standarte.
Sure.
Lot number 1532 with a 150 minimum bid. So I don't know how many we have, maybe 10 or 15 Nazi era recordings from the Third Reich, and those are historically very significant. All right, lot number 1760 is a Russian duet on the Russian Amor label, $50 minimum bid. Here we have Bellancioni, G&T, $50 minimum bid in V condition. If that had been in E plus condition, that would be over $1,000. Here's an interesting record. This is by Florencio Constantino, who was who made some recordings for Columbia. They gave him his own special label, this kind of engraved Magic Notes label. Isn't that beautiful? Just really, really gorgeous. And Constantino was the only one who got labels like that. Not all of your Constantino records on Columbia will be that way. This was only done initially, and then shortly after that, they went to the regular tricolor banner labels. All right. Here is a Filia Litvin recording reissue with the original sleeves, original sleeve. Serial number 30 on this copy. New music recording, Vocalese by Aaron Copeland with him on piano. I had meant to play this on the Bitter Request show, and for whatever reason, that just slipped right through the cracks. Oh well, we'll run across another copy one day. This is a Victor Melba record. Melba got her own label as well for the Victor Talking Machine Company. $50 minimum bid on that. Here is a Caruso Pathé center start disc, $50 minimum bid. That would have originally been recorded to a cylinder and dubbed onto that. All right, let's see what else we have in this box. Okay, here's one that we played on the Bitter Request show. One of the very few recordings by Irving Berlin himself, singing one of his songs from Miss Liberty and playing on the piano as well. Lot number 4977, $100 minimum bid on this. Just One Way to Say I Love You. In a previous Bitter Request show, we played this side, The Honorable Profession of the Fourth Estate. That was a record that was not sold to the public. And here we have a 12-inch 35,000 series Victor by Reverend William Ransom. Sermon with Singing, Abraham Have Mercy on Me. $75 minimum bid. Very rare record. Okay, so our last group of records that we are going to show you on this video number 2 are some of the really, really high dollar things. The really high dollar stuff we don't even put in the crates. We keep those in a special part of the building. I'm not going to tell you where, but a very special little hidey hole we have for this sort of stuff. Here we have Emmett Matthews and Laura Rucker doing Upside Down on Paramount. Can you read that? There we go. Upside Down on Paramount. This is lot number 5718 with a $1,000 minimum bid, 78 quarterly, estimates, it looks like 3 copies. It's a 13,000 series Paramount record in E minus condition. Very nice. Very, very nice. Here's Klein Tyndall and his Paramount Serenaders, also $1,000 minimum bid. Lot number 6632, 78 quarterly, says 2 copies of that. Clarence Williams and his orchestra. Nice Paramount, $1,000 minimum bid from 1927. We played all 3 of these on the show. It's lot number 6711. played this record, E Condition, Decca Sunburst, Blind Willie McTell and Kate, God Don't Like It, $2,500 minimum bid for lot number 7029 in E Condition. Very light label scuff. And when we say very light label scuff, that's what that means is you see how some of the gold printing in Decca is a little bit rubbed off? I mean, that's what we would call a very light label scuff. Most people would not even mention that, but we're pretty particular when it comes to grading, especially very high value, high grade records. Okay, lot number 7208, $1,000 minimum bid, 1,400 copies sold of The Hen House Door is Locked by the Carolina Tar Heels. We played this on the Bitter Request show, recorded in 1930. Lot number 7281 has a $2,500 minimum bid on it. 40 drops by Andrew and Jim Baxter. Very nice record. Here is the 5 chimes on Betta, Never Love Another. Betta, you'll never see another, too. $2,500 minimum bid on that 1953 recording, lot number 7476. We played all of these on the Bitter Request show. We played this one as well. A sample label copy of Sun number 183 by D.A. Hunt, Lonesome Old Jail. Lot number 7569. This has a $2,500 minimum bid. It will sell for substantially more than that. I can tell you that simply because I had one of these as a regular Sun label issue, probably 15, maybe 20 years ago, which brought, I'm thinking, around $10,000. So at a $2,500 minimum bid, that is a bargain. It will not sell for that. Tempo Tone. Lot number 7814, $1,000 minimum bid by Sunnyland Slim and Muddy Water, without the S on the end of it. Little Walter Vocal, says right here. That's not noted in your catalog, by the way. It is a Little Walter Vocal. We played this on the Bitter Request show. 1949 Chicago recording. So that is some of the really, really high dollar stuff. So that brings us to the end of the records that we're going to be playing or featuring in our auction 70 video number 1 and number 2. But there are 2 more lots that we just want to show to you right quick. Right there in the end of your catalog, you are going to see, I got a catalog around here. Turn to that right quick. Okay. Lot number 9333 is approximately 2,000 full color 4x6 inch 78 RPM label photographs, which I may have received from Gene Scranton, I don't recall. And lot number 9334 is approximately 1,600 full color 78 RPM label slides, possibly from Bill Bryant. I don't recall where I got those either. I buy stuff all the time. It winds up here. I forget about it. These things have been sitting on the shelf probably for 20 years or longer. So this is one of, 6 boxes?
Yep.
One of 6 cigar boxes of alphabetical label slides. So if you got a label projector, then you can enjoy that. Or they do make scanners that will scan those things as well. And then we've got these label images. Pull out a handful of these so you can see what we're talking about. All kinds of just really obscure things. Not all of them are obscure. Some of them are common. Hackett's. Look at that Jeanette pressing of some sort. Another Hackett's tap dancing novelties. The Halls of Ivy. A lot of special pressings here. Look at that Hamburg American Travelogue. So, I mean, if you're into labels, this is a very nice collection. Both of these are, actually. You're going to see labels that you're not going to even find on the internet that you've never seen before, because it's not just commercially released stuff. It is also custom special pressing things, vanity labels, advertising discs, radio station ETs, and so forth. So all of that is to be found in both of these lots. So if you're interested, there you go. I guess that's about it, Jack. You have anything to add?
Just bid high, bid early, and bid often.
It's words to live by, Jack. I like that. I like that a lot. So this is it for auction 70. We hope that there's something in this catalog of interest to you. The only way to be sure, if you're getting hard copies of the auction, the only way to be sure you're going to get a hard copy of the next auction is to submit bids in this one. So we sent out emails and notifications to almost 1,000 people who have been getting our catalogs and not placing bids in the last 2 or 3 auctions, telling them if we don't get bids from you this time, you're going to not get a catalog any longer. So hate to have to do that, but costs are going up for printing. These things are very expensive to print. They're very expensive to mail, especially overseas. And we just cannot continue to send catalogs to people who collect catalogs and don't collect records. So if I'm talking to you and you want to get continue to get hard copies, you need to put in some realistic bids in this auction in order to do that. But if you want to continue to get catalogs and you don't want to bid, that is not a problem. You can go ahead and subscribe to the catalog. It's $10 an auction for our foreign bidders, and I think it's what is it, Jack? I think it's $7.50 for the domestic bidders. So it's $30 to get the next 4 auctions if you're a domestic bidder, and it's $40 to get the next 4 auctions if you are a foreign bidder. So I think that covers everything. That's about all we have to say. On behalf of Jack, Mark, Cookie, Lucinda, and all of us here at Knox Vintage Records, thank you very much for your participation in the auction. And to those of you who went through both auctions to the very bitter end right now, a special thanks. You guys are our core and dedicated bidders. We couldn't do it without you. God bless.